Hi. Now, before you literally switch off because I've got nothing good to say, let me just tell you that this week I am completely freeballing it. I have no idea what to talk about. So I'm hoping that it will be guided by all of you. But let's start with the vlog that I put out on Sunday. So if you didn't see it, let me just tell you some things I've committed to and then what's happened to me since then. On Sunday, I put out a vlog that committed me to, on June the 28th, cycling 260 kilometers on Zwift, just for, why wouldn't you? And then on July the 26th, I'm going to cycle, I'm going to virtually Everest on Zwift. Again, I'm going to do the Alpe de Zwift, which is going to take something like 12 hours, probably 13 hours, who knows? Hi, Eric. And then August the 16th, I'm going to do I'm going to do an Ironman, but it's just not an official Ironman because they are not running the race that I want to do, Copenhagen. All of that sounds amazing, right? Sounds very exciting. I'm very excited about it. Guess what happened? I seem to have injured myself again already. I don't really know how to deal with this. So let's say the last couple of days, I felt this pain, on the base of my foot, like here, right? Sorry about the cheap socks, but here. And I was like, oh God, please don't be plantar fasciitis. I don't know if it is, but the pain has grown. I went running on Tuesday and it was all right. And then yesterday I did 3 hours on the turbo trainer and I woke up this morning and I was like, I think I've broken my foot. That type of pain. I'm not using this, by the way, as an excuse. I will be doing that 260 kilometer Zwift unless literally I have broken my foot and it's a stress fracture and I can't do anything. I am going to manage this injury. It's just the luck that I have is ridiculous. I can't get my head around the fact that in 2020, I have been injury-free for 4 weeks. I had a 3-week block and a recovery week. This is the week back in. What is it with, I can't even go into it. I don't want to go into a negative spiral. You really don't want to see that. So let's look at the comments instead and cheer me up. Georgie, hi, and Anna, hello as well. How to run 1 mile in 6 minutes. I'm not even able to run 400 meters. Help me, sir. It's nice to be called sir, by the way, although it feels a bit weird for me because even at my school, I ask the kids to call me Mr. B, not sir, because there's something about the way I grew up, a builder's son, like I'm not meant to be a sir. So you have to run 1 mile in 6 minutes. Why do you have to? What's the have to? Explain why you have to, and then I might be able to help you. Ian, cracking vids, only just got into running. Good. Welcome to the mad world, dude. Hope you're having a good time like me. So you're working on heart rate zone 2 training. Good. Only running 2 times, but cycling loads of strength. Wondering how many sessions should I do in heart rate zone 2? I mean, I do all my sessions in heart rate zone 2 when I'm in a base block. I mean, I could spice it up a bit and do some interval sessions maybe once a week, but I never feel the need to, if I'm honest. I quite like just running in zone 2 and enjoying and knowing I'm building a base for when I do the interval sessions. So it's, entirely up to you, to be honest with you, but the majority, 80% in zone 2 for sure. Clifford, you've got lower back pain, about 3K, trying everything. Gait analysis, get it looked at. If you are getting pain, there is something probably wrong in your running style or a weakness. So strength and conditioning, gait analysis, absolutely crucial, those 2 things. Marwan from Algeria, 22 years old, run 20K, 3:45 minutes per kilometer. That's a decent, that's not a bad. That's what's that, 120, about 122 for a half marathon. Good time. Jamie, how you doing? Safe way to build up weekly mileage. Oh man, you beat me to it. It was going to be my tutorial next week, is going to be the 10% rule. 100%. If you want to build up and build distance over time and try and keep it as safe as possible, which I was, 10% rule. Follow the 10%. If you're running 10K one week, run 11K the next week. There is no rush. You don't need to go to 13 or 14 or 15K. Build up gradually and then reap the rewards, and don't get injured like me. I just think maybe I'm just made of biscuits and things fall apart on me easier than others, or I'm just unlucky. I mean, I do all the strength and conditioning work, but somehow I still get injured. Trying to solve it, guys, but I am, oh no, I use the word guys. That drives me nuts. I'm trying to solve it, but I am staying positive. So don't worry about me. I'll be okay. Poor Mary will get it in the neck, but when I'm on talking to you, it will be fine. Let's have a look at some other stuff. Why do your knees ache when you run sometimes? Gait mechanics. All gait mechanics. If you don't hurt, it means you have a nice running gait, or your running gait is slightly off, but you've got muscles compensating, in which case the more distance, as you go up the distances, the more you'll feel kind of aches or pains in certain places. And you can just solve that by drills, gait analysis, all of those things, like really focusing on changing your running whilst you're running. You're joining the police department. There's a physical exam, 1 mile in 6 minutes. How long have you got until this 1 mile in 6 minutes, by the way? You need to tell me, because that's not a quick fix. It's not an easy fix. So yeah, this is a long-term thing, really. Chris, hi. You've upped your weekly kilometers from 10 to 15 kilometers a week to between 20 and 30 a week. Too much of an increase? Yeah, in one hit, yes, definitely. If you're doing, for example, 20 kilometers in a week, the next week should be 22. Or if you're doing 10, the next week should be 11. You know, it should be really gradual, because remember, this is for life. That's the thing I preach, is this is about building a lifetime relationship that should be like a marriage. You don't want to fall in and fall out of it. I'm so far entwined with it that an injury isn't going to set me back now. But there may have been days early on when if I'd have got injured, I'd have been like, you know what? Can't be bothered. This injury is getting me down. Like, there is nothing that stops me now. Like, my drive is so focused and clear to carry on training for life. Like, I am in it, and I just want other people to be in that mindset that it's all about gradual consistency. That's where the gains are. Hey Alex, how you doing? How you feeling? Alex has just showed up, who did the 4x4x48 challenge a few days ago. So he ran 4 miles every 4 hours for 48 hours. So proper sleep deprivation. And he was in the video as well on Sunday. So did complete it though. In fact, ran the equivalent of 2 marathons in 48 hours, which is amazing. Unfathomable, I think. So Chris, you've already asked me that. Yes, Anna did just answer that. Dan, how are you doing? Hope you're well. Still buzzing from the start of the week when Fleur ran her longest run of 20 minutes. So proud. Amazing. Yeah, that is great. And that is a buzz, isn't it? When people that are close to you and people that you love start getting on board as well. That's what I love. Oh, by the way, people haven't, I got about 3 emails based on the Sunday vlog about people that want to join the Discord group for any training that we're doing, any either Zwifting or potentially running. So if you haven't done that and you want to be in the Discord group where we can chat whilst we train, it's got to be a base run, obviously, or it's got to be a Zwift ride. Email me at thismessyhappy@gmail.co.uk and I'll be able to, I think it's .co.uk. I'm going to check that now. And I'll be able to add you to the Discord group. Let's have a look. While I'm talking to you, I'm going to have a look at what my email address is. I don't know how to find it out, actually. I'm sure it's .co.uk. Anyway, so if you want to be a part of it, let me know. Get on board. Mr. Ben. Mr. Ben's better, isn't it? Mr. Ben is better than Sir. You've got 6 months to achieve that goal. Easy. First 3 or 4 months needs to be about base training, my dude. Like, just easy runs, 10% rule, gradual build, consistency. And for the last 2 months, maybe sprinkle a little bit of speed on top, get a little bit of, let's say, interval sessions in there, a little bit of tempo work. But for the first 3 or 4 months, purely focus on building your base. That's like your canoe. No, not canoe. Have you heard the saying, you can't fire a cannon out of a canoe? You want to be on safe land, not in a canoe. So you're building your base. That made no sense. I'm talking. It's one of those days. I'm just going to put it out there. It is I can't tell you how mental it's been today. I've just been sitting at the desk working, putting out videos for the school channel, dealing with this and that and the other. And I know we're all crazy busy, but this has been mental for me. So, oh, Alex, you're feeling amazing. Good. I'm really happy. I shouldn't be shocked because you're mentally strong, but it's great that you're feeling so amazing after doing 2 marathons in 48 hours. Good work. Barry, when you get injured following a training plan, do you start again from the point in the plan where you picked up the injury, or from whatever week the plan is at when you are fit? I would say I'd actually go, for every 1 week you're out injured, you need to drop back at least a week in the training plan, if not 2, because fitness decreases as fast as it increases. So if you've been building over a long time, then your fitness will decrease over a long time. But if you are new to running and you've been doing 5 weeks of it and you get injured and you're out for 2 weeks, that's actually, you've gone 4 weeks backwards. It kind of accelerates, it's double. So I would, for every week you're out injured, at least go back a week. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to pick it back up a few weeks back down the line. I don't know how long I'm going to be out with this, but time will tell. Hopefully not very long. I've been doing all the right things. Steve, hi mate, how you doing? Chris, you should probably add that you finally put together a schedule and wanted to run 3 times a week instead of once, maybe twice a week, and to be more consistent. Yeah, okay, yeah, all right. I see what you're saying. So just build that 3rd run in nice and gradually. You know, it doesn't have to be another 10K run or whatever. The other run could start at 3 or 4K and then 5 and build like that. Antoine. Hi, currently, I like the name. I always liked the name Antoine. It's a great name. Currently have 4 shoes in rotation, 2 road, 2 trail. The drop varies from 5 to 10. Will it be an issue? Potentially. I mean, it definitely changes your running gait each time you change shoes. Just depends on how good your muscles are at adapting. It's one of those, it would be difficult for me to say yes or no, but potentially. Time will tell, I'm afraid. I can't give you a better answer than that. Jamie, how you doing? And Jamie Jack, what's fatigue? It's chicken fajitas, obviously. Come on, it's Fajita Thursday, which leads me to my favorite joke. Do you know why all Mexicans are very warm? Because they have chicken fajitas. See what I did there? That's a great joke. I'll get my coat. Steve, are there any strength and conditioning sessions in addition to the single leg workout that you can recommend? I don't have any weights or equipment. Yeah, I mean, I've done, have you checked out the playlist on my channel? There are 10 videos there now. I would say at least 4 or 5 of them don't require any weights. So there are videos on my channel on a playlist that I rotate and do myself. So it's worth having a look on there. Ryan, do you think it's better to run 3 miles without stopping or take breaks along the way? It really depends on the level that you're at. I mean, if I did 3 miles without stopping, no problem, because that's what I do. But if you're new to running, then maybe you need to take breaks. It's very dependent on the level that you're at right now, I would say. Where are you at? That's my question. Let's also, I was just about to talk about something and another question came in. Barry, thanks for the answer. Really helpful. Picked up a strange knee quad issue and missed the last 2 weeks out of a 16-week plan. Yeah, go a few weeks back. Go 3 or 4 weeks back, I would say, if you've been out for 2 weeks. Right. What should we? Here's what I want to know is these live Q&As. I look at the statistics for them on every Thursday, and whilst I love doing them, and I'm not going to stop doing them. I'm not saying that. This actually is a negative subscriber gain for the channel, and I'm not hung up on subscribers, so that's why I've done nothing about it. But clearly I need to change something up, because what am I doing that is actually losing subscribers to the channel rather than gaining them? That's what I don't get. And I wonder if more focus per week, as in maybe a few days before the video, I put out the topic of what the video will be on, and people can drop in and ask questions about those specific topics, perhaps, because I appreciate I answer the same questions a few times in these videos, I think, over the weeks, and some people might just be like, well, that's already been answered, or I'm not learning from that. So maybe if I give a topic every week, what do people think about that? Would it be helpful to know what I'm going to talk about each week? It doesn't mean you can't ask questions, but if you had a question that wasn't on the particular topic, you could drop it in the comments and I could answer it that way, but we could answer questions on the topics during the chat. How do people feel about that? Would that help? Would that stop me actually losing subscribers from doing this, which is so weird? Alice, how do you mentally deal with an injury with the lovely weather? It's so hard to rest and not be running. I think ego is the enemy. I'm reading a book actually called that, but ego is the enemy here. And I had a real urge to run today and I haven't exercised. And my mate is virtual Everesting tomorrow. It's what my video will be about on Sunday. And I was supposed to cycle up the Alpe d'Huez at least once with him tomorrow. My ego says, yeah, go for it. The other side of me says, why would you do that when you're injured? It could just prolong the injury. So I think over the years, I've got good at moderating my ego. And by the way, I'm not saying ego is a bad thing. I'm not saying anyone's egotistical. We all just have to manage our own. And I quite like the smugness of knowing I quite like doing the right thing. Like I'm quite a rule follower. I quite like, so I quite like the fact that if I'm injured, I know that I will do the right thing by that injury and take it seriously rather than put myself back by kind of getting frustrated and running. It's not an easy path to pick. And last night I did 3 hours on the turbo trainer thinking, this is not what's caused this injury. I'm not feeling any pain while I'm doing it. I'm all right. And then I got off the turbo and I was like, yeah, that wasn't great. So I'm still learning even as up to yesterday, but it is ego is the enemy when it comes to injuries. That's for sure. And training in general. Let's have a look. What more questions? Scott, how am I doing? Just wondering if you would recommend using a foam roller straight after run. Yeah, man, stretch and then foam roll. Do both. Don't just do one. Do a proper stretch, static, hold it for 30 seconds and then foam roll. I'm a big fan of that. I can feel all the tension in all of my muscles when I foam roll. Anna, what do I like to think about while running? I don't. There's not much going on in here. Let's be honest. I just like to be in that moment. So sometimes I might be out processing a hard conversation I've had or something I want to say to someone or, even ideas I have for videos and whatever. But for the most part, I just try and appreciate being around and out and just like looking at the sun and sky and just liking it. But that's a mindfulness approach that I'm working on. I'm not always there. I wander sometimes. Ryan, thanks for the advice. You've helped me with running and now you can run a 21-minute 5K after about 6 months. That's decent. Well done, mate. That is brilliant as well. And that is just the start. That's just your platform. That's just your springboard. Don't ever forget that. Like, what's next? What's next? Always safely and always consistently, but what's next? That's how you get sucked in to running. I love it. Will Mary ever come on the screen? Also, you can call me Jack. Okay, thanks, Jack. I will. I don't know. I will try and get her, but she doesn't really like doing the live stuff. Mary likes to be fully prepared, doesn't like to be put on the spot. So I can try and convince her. I don't know how it will go. She doesn't like not knowing what I will say. She needs to be in there. I need to almost go, right, I'm going to say this next so that she can respond. That's just the way she works. And I quite like the unknown of it all. I don't know what I'm going to say now. Dan, strange that Thursday sessions lose subscribers, especially when they can literally ask anything. I know. And I just, it is what it is. I'm not doing this for subscribers. I'm doing this to help people. It doesn't really bother me. I just want to focus what I can give to people that will benefit people and not upset people. The last thing I want is to upset anyone. And yeah, good dive. Yeah, I can dive deeper. I can do a deep dive into particular topics. That's a great idea, Alex. In fact, we could call it the Thursday deep dive. The Thursday question and answer deep dive. No? Maybe. Potential. Scott, no worries. Colin, hope to meet you at next year's Paddock Wood half. It'll be your first half. Yeah, I'll be there. Well, I say I'll be there. Injury providing or permitting, I will be there. I believe it or not, I've been trying to run Paddock Wood, bearing in mind I live 20 minutes from Paddock Wood. I've been trying to run it for 10 years. And every year something has happened that has not allowed me to run it. It's either been cancelled or I've been injured or I've been away on holiday. It's like I'm never meant to run it. But I think when I run it, I'm going to absolutely smash my PB is my plan. That's what I believe, because I've only run a few half marathons that have not been on the end of a triathlon, and they've been hilly. I've never run a flat half marathon. So I'm just desperate to smash that PB. Okay. All right. I don't want to talk for too long this week because they're getting crazy. Like last week's was 37 minutes. And to be honest with you, I just want to provide as much value as I can without waffling. So I'm going to, if no one else has got any other questions, I'm going to cut it around now. But just ensure that if you want to be part of this training group, if you want to be part of, we'll try and build a little community. And what I'll do is I'll put out when I train each week. It'll probably be maybe one bike and one run, my easy run and my easy bike. And I'll put headphones in and people can join in on Discord and people can chat whilst they're training. If you want to be in any way a part of the 260 kilometer challenge on Zwift or the virtual Everesting, then let me know. What I'll probably do is a Zoom on the day and people can drop in and drop out and train or just drop in and say hi and help encourage me. And if you want to do any part of the Ironman, by all means, you can drop in and do your own bits. You could do your own triathlon on the day that I'm doing the Ironman, or just a run, or, whatever. That's my thoughts. You have to email me at thismessyhappy@gmail.co.uk. I'm pretty sure it's co.uk. If it comes back to you, it means it's com and I've got it wrong. But I'm just asking people to email me purely for the reason that some of my pupils, ex and current, watch the channel. And although I don't mind that, I don't necessarily want to be interacting in terms of chatting with them whilst I'm training. I don't think that's appropriate. So I just need to make sure that the people that want to be part of the group are all good to be part of it and are not students. Okay. Last one, Jim, doing some base training for Loch Ness Marathon, cycle 8 miles for 5 days, then run 10 miles for 3 days. Any tips? What do you mean, Jim? Do you run the 10 miles for 3 days in a row? Or do you do cycle, run, cycle, run, cycle, run? Probably need a bit more information. And if you have friends that you think could benefit from being part of this community or checking into the Q&As or watching some of the videos, feel free to share the love, share the info, get them on board. I'm really desperate to help as many people as I can. And the channel is growing really nicely. I couldn't be prouder of what we've achieved as a community. I have this overwhelming urge to help more people and want to help more people. I don't know if I'll ever turn monetization on or anything like that, because I feel very deeply inside of me that's not what this is about. I'm a teacher. I already earn a living. I don't need to earn money from this, but I want to help people. So please don't think that my intentions are anything financially motivated. It's to help. So if you can share the love and get people on board, by all means do that. I'd love to just help more people. Okay, shut up, Ben. Talking too long. Again, rambling. Hope everyone's had a really good week. I am going... Oh, sorry. Let's come back to Jim quickly. Cycle 5, then run 3 10s. Yeah, alternate it, Jim. Don't do runs back to back. That would be crazy. I do a bike and a run and a bike and a run, and I also do strength and conditioning on some of those days as well, depending on how long the bike or run is. Make sure that you alternate your sessions. Change the body up a bit. Okay, and it's been a pleasure, guys. Thanks for the thanks. I hope everyone's well, and I will see you on Sunday for the next installment, which is me whinging a little bit about my injury, but actually also talking about Alan doing the virtual Everesting and what he's doing to prepare for it and how I can take any of that feedback on board, and you as well. He's a very mentally strong dude. I coach him and he's a friend, and yeah, I'm really excited about his attempt at virtual Everesting tomorrow. Should be fun. Right, chicken fajitas. See you later. Oh, I was trying to turn the live stream off with the mouse, but I realized I'm doing this on the laptop and the mouse is connected to the computer. It's embarrassing. Okay. See you later, guys.